Yo, what's going on everyone? If you're brand new here, my name is Oborrok. I am known as the White Wolf, and I am a full-time variety content creator here on YouTube. Today we're doing something a bit different. I am trying the Season 24 Hot Ones Gauntlet. So I have all of the sauces here from the most recent season, and we're gonna get into this with some hot sauce, some chicken, and some hot questions. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into this. Now, because everything is so hot, I did take some safety precautions. I got like 3/4 of a gallon of water. I have heard that peanut butter helps, so I got peanut butter. Ice cream helps, but I don't have ice cream. So, I have yogurt, like some flat pita bread, and then I also have some brioche. A big old glass here of almond milk. Now, of course, here is our chicken. I made this in the air fryer. I got some salt, I got pepper, I got paprika, I got lemon pepper, I got all that on there. Yes, it's not wings, but you know, I got my strips. All right, so first up, we have the classic garlic Fresno, and I'll be completely honest, I've already busted into this and been having this a little bit. It's actually pretty freaking good. So let's go ahead and get this set up. For our first question, how did I come up with the name of Oborrok? This comes from Cheesy on YouTube. That was very good. All right, so real quick, before we get into that, I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that has been watching. I want to say thank you very much to everybody that's been subscribing. And I want to say thank you very much to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for the ability to do this in the first place. But now, how did I come up with the name of Oborrok? Basically, we got to go back to a game called Paragon. Paragon was initially made by Epic Games, and it was a third-person 5v5 3-lane based MOBA. There was a character in that game called Chimera. He was this really cool, like, hulking jungle monster, and I wanted to have my own cool name to kind of go with it. Legend has it that the Chimera, you know, I wanted that for myself. So I was just coming up with random names one day, and I'll be completely honest, it was probably like 3 in the morning, and I'm just trying to find out different names, putting different things together, and I'm like, that kind of sounds cool, but like, how does, I don't know. Actually, before I came up with Oborrok, I was set on the name Numlock. Yeah, so maybe somewhere out there in the Oborrok multiverse, I'm actually known as Numlock, and that's perfectly normal. Like the way everybody calls me Obo, everybody just calls me like Num. I don't know. I have no idea. I just outwardly said Oborrok. And I was like, okay, Oborrok, that sounds dope, but now how am I gonna spell that? So I was like, O-B-O-A-R, no, O-B-A-H-R-I-K, no, O-B-O-R-R-O-K. And I was like, yeah, dude, that's the one. And then it stuck. All right, so we're jumping up here into our next hot question and our next hot sauce. Now, this one comes from Mafia, also on YouTube. And it is, how did I get into streaming, cosplay, and all of that? But somebody else asked how I got into cosplay, so in this one, I'm just gonna address how I got into streaming. All right, so basically, let me get a good pour here. Honestly, I'll be completely honest, I don't even think I got enough. Let me get a little bit more on there. There we go. All right, so basically the way I got into streaming, I have always liked FaZe Clan, Optic, all of that, like early 2000s, Call of Duty, Halo, that kind of stuff. And I just thought it was so cool that there was these orgs, these organizations, these clans that basically had all of these different members a part of them, and then they would go out and they would stream, they would make YouTube videos, they would upload like crazy 720 YY ladder stall, no scopes across the map, and I was like, dude, that stuff is so freaking cool. Now, I've had a competitive side to me, and I've played competitive games, and I've tried to play competitively. Competitive gaming itself is not really my speed, but I loved the thought of making content and being able to interact with a community and actually build a community, be able to just talk with them like your homies. It really started way back in the day when I was like 8, 9, and I saw early on FaZe Clan, Optic, that kind of stuff. I got to a place where I want to say it was 2016 where I first started. No, actually, I'll say it's 2015. 2015, 2016. I started doing very short streams, like little 30, 45-minute streams on YouTube.
All right, yo, what is going on stream? Carnage Wolf here.
And I had a lot of fun doing that, and I just really liked being able to go live and then be able to talk with people that were watching the stream or talk with my buddies who I was playing with on PlayStation and whatnot. That turned into me streaming a little bit of Paragon when it was still a thing.
And as you guys can see in the title, Paragon V42 is Chimera OP.
And then also just eventually, when it came to about 2018, I said, I really want to start getting into streaming. So I started really getting into streaming and doing it more consistently, because previously I was just playing like randomly. I'd be like, yeah, I'll stream today. But then I was like, no, I'm going to stream 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. A lot of Fortnite. I was playing a ton of OG Fortnite, and I just had so much fun with it. I was streaming, I was just having a really good time. I was meeting tons of new people, and I was like, wow, this thing that I wanted to do and this thing that I saw people doing that I was like inspired by so many years ago, here I am doing it, and I'm able to kind of have like a little piece of that. And then when it really kicked off was definitely after my dog attack. I had a dog attack in March of 2020, and I was previously working in retail, and I was not able to go back to work because my dog got me really bad. He got me in like 6 different places on my neck. I was told that his canines missed both my trachea and my carotid artery because he bit me sideways like this. So it's like it's up in it, like got behind my ear, all of that. I have like one right on the side here. A whole bunch of different gashes. The canines were about a centimeter away from my carotid artery and my trachea. So there was a possibility that I would have never spoke again. There was a possibility that I could have we would not be having this conversation right now. There was a possibility that I would have trouble breathing or eating normally. And thankfully, I'm unbelievably grateful and thankful to not only be alive, but also the fact that God was watching over me and he was protecting me all throughout that entire situation. That absolutely was a miracle. Because that happened, I had all this time off of work, and a buddy who is like a original Fortnite clan leader at the time, he told me, he was like, you know, you essentially have more time than anybody right now, so why don't you get back into streaming? Because I had taken a long hiatus, like a year. I said, I don't know, man. He was like, dude, just try it. And it turned into the most beautiful and amazing thing, and here we are, literally almost 5 years later, now being full-time. I enjoyed streaming and having this community and building this community so much that in March of 2021, that following year, I had actually put in my 2 weeks at my job, and I said that on April 1st, I had a really big announcement. Of course, everybody thought I was joking because you don't announce something really big on April 1st, but I wasn't joking. I said that I was going to become a full-time streamer, and that's what I did. I became a full-time streamer on April 1st, 2021, and I've been doing it ever since. And I want to say over the last like year and a half has been more full-time content. All right, next up we got number 3. This is actually how I got into cosplaying. I'm gonna do a little bit more. When I say cosplaying, as of now, that is more starting to go to events, to build actual props, wear the entire outfit, and actually cosplay, head to toe cosplay. But when I started this, we got to go back to 2020. So this was October 2020, and we wanted to do something cool for October. We wanted to just do something cool that we hadn't seen anybody else do. So when I say we, I'm talking about my mom. We had this idea that she would turn me into all these different characters every time I went live throughout the month of October. We did a half Jason Voorhees and half Freddy Krueger. We did Michael Myers. We did Frankenstein. I think we did a werewolf or something similar to that, but it was all paint. So she literally just painted my face to make me look like these characters, and then from there I would like have a matching shirt to kind of go with the look or something like that. Or if we had like, if the character like wore like a cloak or something, we would find like a little cloak that we had, and then we kind of just throw it together, but it was mainly the paint. So we did that all throughout October 2020, and we loved it so much. It was so fun that we did a couple in November, and then we also brought it back in December. So then in December, we did all Christmas characters. So we did Buddy the Elf, we did Jack Skellington, or not well, Jack Skellington, but like Sandy Claus. So we did Sandy Claus, Jack Frost, we just did like Frosty the Snowman, we did the Grinch, all of these different characters. In May of 2021, we wanted to celebrate May the 4th and Revenge of the 5th. So my mom turned me into a bunch of different Star Wars characters throughout the month of May. I believe July, August, we did a couple like what we call them streamer shoutouts, where basically would have a friend who was also a streamer, and then my mom would paint my face and like kind of do like a little cosplay to be known as the character that they're known as, or the thing that they're known as, or like a specific character that we both like or something like that. My buddy Eli's like emote, his Twitch emote Dragon, and we like painted my face to be a dragon. We did my buddy Carnage, who at the time was known as Carnage. So we made, like, my mom turned me into the symbiote Carnage. Number 4. All right, so this question also comes from Mafia, and this is, what are some games that I want to get into? Taking a step back from competitive games. Woo! That is very good. Oh my gosh. That's almost like barbecue sauce. That is very good. Wow. Hold on, that's very good. Hold up.
I hope you bulletproof for this about to hurt.
I like that. My nose doesn't like it, but I like it. Well, for a long time I was playing looter shooters, diverted from looter shooters as well. And I've been playing a lot of Souls-like games or Soulsborne games. Actually, as of the time of recording this, tomorrow I'll be playing Dark Souls 3 for the first time. That heat is kicking up. I can feel it now. Yeah, that heat, that barbecue sauce snuck up on me. I'm not gonna lie. If 4 is heating up, we're in trouble. Here we go. So this is number 5. All right, this one comes from my buddy Yang, and he says, "What is your favorite gaming community you've interacted with over the years?" This is a great question. All these questions are great, by the way. Thank you guys very much for these questions. I'm gonna do a little bit more. Mama didn't raise a quitter. I honestly couldn't say one specific community, because I've met so many amazing communities over the years. Thinking of some of the most amazing people that I've met, the Spellbreak community, like way back in the day, Spellbreak community, the Dauntless community. I met so many wonderful and just beautiful, amazing people from Dauntless. The Blood Hunt community as well. And actually, Blood Hunt was actually when I really started taking my cosplay seriously and going to the next level with the actual cosplay with the full outfit. All right, we're moving on to number 6. The next question comes from Jaybird, also here on YouTube. He says, if you could make a game, a board game or a video game, what would you make it about, and what kind of game would it be? I would love to see a lot more games in the world of The Witcher. The world of The Witcher is so big that it doesn't have to be about the Witchers specifically, and it doesn't have to be about Geralt specifically. I think there's also just other really cool things that you could experiment with and that you could try out, like the Lodge of Sorcerers or Sorceresses would be really interesting if you could literally just play as a mage and have a story-driven, you know, like early on years of Yen when she first gets her powers or something like that. Like, that would be crazy. A different style of Witcher game, like literally the way they did Cyberpunk being able to basically change between the corpo and the street kid and the nomad, literally being able to change your Witcher school, and they all have an interconnected story, like the way you meet Jackie, but the way you meet Jackie is different, and they could have like a core character or a core thing that you do at this, you know, path, this intersection of, you know, story, but everything before that and then interacting with NPCs and maybe even combat styles could be completely different. And I want to talk about that more, so if you guys want to see a video about that, let me know. Or like Cyberpunk, because I just love those worlds so much, and I feel like the world already is so big and there's already so much going on that there could also be other paths and other stories that could be taken, especially now that Geralt's story is technically finished. After The Witcher 3 and Blood and Wine. Oh, dude, this one's like really thick. Okay. I don't like this because it's sneaking up on me with like a sweetness. It has a sweetness to it. Oh, there it is. Nope. It's in the back of my throat right now. Dude, it feels like I just like it feels like I just like. No, it's not that bad. It's not, no, come on. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Mama didn't raise no quitter. Come on.
No.
It's not that hot.
Wait.
It's not that hot. Oh, it's hot. Oh, it's hot. Never mind. That's hot. Question number 7. This actually comes from my mom. And she asked, what was the worst game I ever played / streamed? And honestly, the only one I could think about was Fault. After the fall of Epic Games Paragon, they released the assets to the community to make their own game and use the assets if they wanted to. And a bunch of different developers came together and made their own studios and tried to basically recreate that spark that was Paragon. No disrespect to that developer that made that. Fault just especially on release, it did not run very well. It crashed my computer multiple times. I could not stream it. It just really was not a good experience, even after they fixed it a ton. This is red flag, and I'm getting red flags just looking at this freaking bottle, dude. Is it getting hot in here, man? You guys feel any heat, dude? It's getting kind of hot, no? Whoa! That doesn't even have a good flavor to it. That's just hot. Just to be hot. Woo! Okay, hold on. Before we move on to number 8, I've heard crazy things about Da Bomb. I'm gonna try to read this next question. It's a long one. Also from my buddy Jaybird. As a gamer that's lived many lives, from space fighting to apocalypse, survival, even a mage and a hunter, my question is, if you could be thrown into any world / environment, what would that be? And given choosing a power or weapons, what would you choose and why? That's a great question. Very in-depth, very thorough. I think probably for me, although the worlds are very dangerous, I'd probably want to be thrown into the world of The Witcher, just because although it is a very dangerous world and there's monsters and craziness, it's also a very beautiful world, and there's a lot going on, and there's beautiful mountain ranges to see, and just really good times, just taverns with, you know, all kinds of people dancing and just having a good time, you know, just some ale with you, whatever it is. It just seems like a good time. Probably Cyberpunk, just for the thrill, man. Just the thrill, and just how fast paced and how fast moving everything is. My ears are burning right now. I can feel the color red. Like, it's weird. I feel like I could feel the color red. Other than that, dude, I don't know. Powers? Maybe Yoru, dude. Like, I love medieval ages, and I think just a power. Maybe hockey. Hockey would be dope to learn. I'm concerned about this one. Ah! Nah. I tap out. I tap out at 8. That's so bad. That's so bad. My sternum hurts. This is not my sternum. Right here. That is actually so crazy, dude. I need the peanut butter. Now it's like a sternum thing. It's like sternum, indigestion. Dude, I'm gonna be completely honest. It's been like 10 minutes now. I'm just like breathing and eating this pita bread. Dude, it's still hot. Now, number 9. But this comes from my buddy Flacco on Instagram. And he said, what was your worst cosplay experience and why? Like when I tried to, one of the streamer shout out cosplays that I was talking about earlier, for my friend Tide Panda. My mom made me look like a panda. And throughout that stream that I did with her, we had multiple people come into the stream and basically just say how awful the makeup looked. And just how it looked like, you know, just so terrible. It looked nothing like a panda. And just like really rude stuff like that. Sebastian the Crab from Little Mermaid. Same thing, people coming in saying that it looked terrible, it looked awful, it looked stupid or something like that. I looked, you know, however. And then there was another one where we had like 45 minutes. It was just total like spur of the moment thing, not planned. And my mom wanted to make me look like Thanatos from Smite. And again, we had like 45 minutes to do it. And she made me look like him with the time that she had. I thought it turned out great. She didn't really like it, but I was like, nah, it's cool. And then we had somebody come in and literally said it looked like dog, fill in the blank. And then we had a couple really other rude comments as well during that time. Some of the cosplay experiences that just weren't the best were honestly just people being very rude about it. Next up is from my buddy Koalo. He sent this to me on Discord. What is your biggest source of inspiration? And honestly, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Wanting to live a life even remotely close to how Jesus lived when he was here on this earth. That's just by loving people, man. Just love people. Don't judge them. Don't point your finger at them. Don't act like you're better than them, because you're not. You were never called. As a Christian, you were never called to shame people or to act like you were better than anybody. You were called to love people, just trying to do the right thing, trying to show love, trying to go above and beyond. And when I am faced with opposition, turn the other cheek, man, because my battle is not against flesh and blood. From Dark Panda on YouTube, and they asked a couple questions, so I'll answer this one. We'll get into the ninth chicken strip. Dude, I have like such a stomach ache and a heartburn right now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'll be completely honest, I don't know, because I have like short-term goals and I have like definitely things that I want to accomplish. Every year I kind of find myself in a little bit of a different spot, and time is honestly just moving so fast. So what I could think about right now for where I want to be in 5 years could be drastically different for where I want to see myself in 5 years, a year from now. But I'm going to trust God with the process and what he has for my life, not waste the time that I have now. Like a drop. That's not a drop. That's okay. That's decent. Ow. No, dude. Ah! I'm screaming through it. I don't know if that's gonna help. Gonna put a little bit on my finger. That's it. It is coming back up my throat, right, dude. I can literally, right? It's coming up right now. Like the flame is coming from down here, and it is just rising, bro. Before we get into this, dude, I just want to say thank you so much for 3,000 subscribers. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It is very hot. Before we do this final wing, I want some peanut butter. January and on, also known as Jow. You wake up tomorrow deciding you never want to make content again. What do you want to do with the rest of your life? Drop a like on this video if you've enjoyed this so far. Last dab. Cheers. 2.7 million Scoville.
I will not let you destroy my world!
Obo from the future here. I realized while editing this video that the spice on that final wing got me so bad that I literally didn't even answer Zhao's question. If I had to or just chose to give up content, woke up tomorrow and it was over, what would I want to do with the rest of my life? There is something so incredibly special about this community and just about the relationships and friendships that we've built all throughout these many years of this channel and streaming on Twitch. I would want to make sure that I still had contact and I still had connections with the friends that I've met along the way. I would still want to be able to reach as many people as possible and just spread a message of love and positivity. I'm grateful once more that I get to do this in the first place. So thank you so much.